Benjamin Bosse, well-known progressive mayor of the city of Evansville from 1914 to 1922, was also one of the leading businessmen in the early 20th century. Coming to Evansville at the age of 15, he was penniless, with very little formal education. His first job was driving a horse-drawn grocery delivery truck for the sum of $10 per month, plus board. By his death 32 years later, he was a millionaire.
My great-great-uncle, Benjamin Bosse, was born in northern Vanderburgh County in Scott Township near the town of Hornville. He was one of 12 children born to farmers, both of whom were German immigrants. He realized early on that the farm could not support 12 people, so he came to Evansville to seek his fortune.
In 1899, with financial backing from 3 other men, he formed Globe Furniture Company with a total capitalization of $16,000. Then he went on to form Bosse Furniture Company and World Furniture Company. In 1910, he merged the 3 companies into Globe-Bosse-World, which at that time was the largest furniture manufacturer in the world, with a capitalization of $600,000. Bosse's financial interest ranged from banks, newspapers, real estate development, hotels, grocery, and coal companies. While in public life, Bosse built the Coliseum, established Garvin Park, Mesker Park, Aiken Park, and Helfrich Park. He also built Bosse Field, Bosse High School, and Wrights High School.
The Courier had supported Bosse through the entire time that he was mayor, until they had a sudden falling out with him in the fall of 1919. And from that point, the Courier changed and started attacking Bosse on almost a daily basis. So Bosse had his friend from Lafayette, who owned 2 newspapers, come down and buy the Evansville Courier. And then a month later, Bosse bought it from Marshall, and he became the owner and publisher of the Courier, which he owned until his death. Bosse had politics in his blood. He was a very progressive mayor. Under his leadership, Evansville had the first dental clinic, free dental clinic for school children. We had also the first in the state medical clinic, which examined school children, and the needy children did not have to pay for that.
Bosse donated to virtually every fundraising effort in the city. He was one of the persons most responsible for bringing Evansville College to Evansville, heading the $500,000 fundraising campaign.
Evansville had to raise $500,000 in order to bring the school here, and they had to do it in a period of about 10 days. People told him that he couldn't do it. World War I broke out immediately before the campaign started, so people told him that he had to postpone the campaign. But he always had tremendous confidence, and he went ahead with the campaign, and it went down to the wire at 8 o'clock on the last night before the campaign ended. They were still about $60,000 short. At 11:55 that night, Bosse announced that they had reached their goal of $500,000 and actually exceeded it. Benjamin and Anna Bosse never had children, but they absolutely loved children, and they gave many things for children. If junior achievement had been around in those days, Bosse would have been one of their absolutely biggest supporters. He was very much interested in anything to do with the business process, and he was interested in anything that involved children. He never accepted a salary while he was mayor, but he gave many things for children. For example, Garvin Park was built. They didn't have the money to build the pool and the playground equipment, so he and his wife donated that. When he gave scholarships to graduating high school seniors out of his own pocket. So I think anything that would have helped children, and junior achievement does that in a large way. So I'm sure he would have been a major supporter of junior achievement. He died a relatively young man at the age of 47. He had just been elected to his 3rd term as mayor and had served 4 months of that when he passed away. He actually died fighting for the city. He was before the state tax commissioners, and seeking approval of a bond issue which would acquire Helfrich Park, would acquire additional acreage for Mesker Park, would put in playground equipment, golf course, but he had been fighting for that all for a month, and when the hearing came, he was sick to start with and probably shouldn't have gone, but he went and walked home in the rain and basically never recovered from that, and he died of pneumonia. He had one of the largest funerals Evansville has ever seen. His body lay in the Coliseum, and more than 10,000 people are said to have passed his body. There were 72 honorary pallbearers. There was a former governor, former senator, the Democratic state chairman was there, as well as most of the Democratic state committee. His legacy to Evansville can be seen in the structures that he built, the parks that he developed, the businesses that he owned, the people that he employed. The minister said at his funeral, his greatest memorial will be what he bestowed to the hearts of the people of this city.